Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. Right off the bat, I know what you're doing, and you'll probably be laughing about it. What am I talking about? People, overnight, the 10-year yield has dropped 13 basis points. That's profound for the 10-year yield to drop 13 basis points overnight. On top of that, we have a dollar that's markedly lower. Okay, did you see silver up almost 5% pre-market? It's a pretty epic gain in my view. Look, there's a lot of speculation here, and I covered this yesterday as to what the Fed is going to do moving forward. I outlined for all of you yesterday that I believe the benchmark rate for the Fed with regard to where they're going to stop raising rates is a lot lower than people think. We're at 3.25%. A lot of people think the Fed's going to stop at 5%. I say it's going to be lower here. The bad economic news doesn't stop. People are getting choked to death. The economy is just done. And we all understand that that is the goal here. Central banks are determined to fulfill their end game, become the lenders and buyers of last resort. The only way they can do that is to crush the global economy and crush, well, a vast majority of the population along with it. You know how this works. The people at the lower rung, they're done already. The middle class always gets sucked dry as the wealth gets pushed right up to the 1% and 2%. It doesn't stop. This whole nonsensical dog shit trickle down economics that they try to sell everyone don't work. It never works. It's never meant to work. The wealth always goes up, period. So the setup for the market this morning is pretty incredible. Let's put this together. Stock futures higher across the board. Dow futures up over 200 points. Okay, nothing dramatic with regard to that, but this cratering of the 10-year yield is a big tell as to what the market believes is going to happen tomorrow. Look, we got the Fed freaking monetary policy decision tomorrow, and it's going to be crap on top of shit, on top of whatever else you want to throw on there. You're going to hear the lies, the distractions, the propaganda, inflation. Watch the narrative. Watch how the narrative is going to start changing from, inflation is out of control. We're on that topic here. Who's responsible for that? Who runs the economy? Who runs the financial system? It's central banks. So if inflation is out of control globally, and central banks have to get in here and aggressively raise rates, who did it? Well, they did it. You think that was by accident? Honestly, no. Central banks around the world have been determined. What do? They're serial bubble blowers, and it's deliberate. They deliberately inflate bubbles to deflate these same bubbles. It's a cycle that repeats itself over and over and over again. And again, it's just a way that they can suck wealth right out of everyone in the middle class. 401k plans, people who only make money when the market goes up. It's just a game that is played. And this time, it's gone beyond anything that I think people can even comprehend here, because what they've had to do, central banks here, in order to make this whole thing work for them, again, look, whose interest do they have in mind? Yours? Mine? No, have their own, okay? By inflating this massive hyper bubble in debt, creating distortions across the spectrum of asset classes. You know this because if you've been following my blog. Nothing here is real anymore. There's no price discovery mechanism behind a single asset, meaning the market is not allowed to determine fair value when you have a global debt market, which is the biggest hyper bubble that's ever been created in the history of the freaking world. Duh. Can I get a duh, please? And no one's saying a damn thing about it, okay? It's just, that's really the truth. And the side effect of surging inflation, there's no way on this earth or off the earth that central banks didn't know what they were doing, because you and I have been very well aware of this for years. And clearly, there are problems here. Now, I said yesterday as well, look, this yo-yo gyration action here in the debt market now with cratering, what does that mean? What does it mean when you see the 10-year yield drop 13 basis points overnight. That means some institution out here or some entity out here is buying a vast amount of debt. Now let's see, if we had to sit back and guess, you and me, who's the most likely offender here? Obviously, it's the Federal Reserve. It's central banks buying the debt yet again, but they can't tell you that. They can't come out and say, hey, we're going to do this. Well, the Bank of England actually did that recently. Remember what happened with that? Oh, yeah, we're going to institute quantitative easing on a temporary basis. Then we're going to stop. But what they did was they doubled it, and then they backed off. But, you see, they're playing another game. Now they've increased their overnight repo program, just like the Federal Reserve is going to do. Again, trillions of dollars moving back and forth between institutions. Why? To fake liquidity. They're trying to trick the market into thinking there's more liquidity there than there actually is. Duh. But this game, it's not going to stop, and it's not going to fix a damn thing. I mean, look, the market might be all giddy today because the 10-year yield took a big hit and fell. That means cash is going into the debt market. And on the prospect that we're going to get a big rate hike tomorrow, look, you can expect a 75 basis point hike tomorrow. If we don't get a 75 basis point hike, I won't believe it. Okay. And then come December, because of the narrative change, because we're already starting to see it. Okay, but regardless of what we're seeing, they're going to tell us what we're actually seeing is not what's happening. You know how that works. But I think more than likely a 50 basis point hike in December, followed by a pause early in the year, maybe as early as January. But what is that going to do? It will boost the stock market. There's no doubt about it. Temporary fix here, tricking the market into believing things are okay. Hopium. Maybe something along those lines. But does it fix the global debt issue? No. It's going to exacerbate it monumentally. Okay. Are central banks going to contract the money supply? No. And this is something they could have done from a long time ago if they really wanted to fix inflation, but they have no intention. I've told all of you, I don't know how long now, central bank's goal is one thing, to continue to inflate. And this mechanism is not going to stop. If, in fact, central banks wanted to stop inflation, they could do it. They could do it virtually overnight by forcing the banks to hold a larger capital reserve. But they won't do that because they want to inflate. And the distraction here via the propaganda ministry is, oh, central banks got to continue to raise rates because, that's the problem. Have you heard, let me ask you this while we're talking about that. We all understand that the mainstream media exists to twist the minds of men and women into some distorted reality. Have any one of you one time heard, ever, a mainstream commentator say, hold on a minute here, other than, what was her name, the blonde girl from CNBC, Sarah Eisen, say that it's not working. Federal Reserve is raising rates, it's not working to stop inflation. She caught her guest completely by surprise. It was absolutely lovely, and the guest was shocked. Well, that wasn't in the script. That wasn't there. I'm not asking questions. But it's the truth. But not one commentator has said, hold on a minute. This is not a rate issue. It's a currency problem. And that drives me nuts because believe me, most of them over there on these mainstream financial channels, they realize the problem is not a rate issue and it's a currency free fall problem here. But again, they cannot allow you to know what's happening here. They got to lie to you. They got to propagandize you. Imagine being paid to do that. Look, I am not motivated by money. That's the truth. People have offered me all kinds of money to promote their products, to do this, that, and the other thing. I won't do it unless I believe in it. I have told people straight out, look, if I believe in your product, I'll promote it for you. But it has to be something I believe in. And I don't want any money for it. I'll do it for free. People don't understand that kind of mentality. Look, I'm on your side. You all know that. I will never, ever lie to you. For no amount of money on this planet Earth would I do that. All right? I've built this channel up here on trust. We trust each other. We got to have each other's backs. And we're trying to get this message out there. Anyway, look. So the story this morning is pretty profound. A cratering a nosedive here in the 10-year yield overnight. Who's doing the buying? You make up your own mind. I think we already know. Dollar markedly weaker. Stock futures higher across the board. That's the story here, is the debt market. It's the key to this entire freaking thing. Let's see, like I said, I believe they're going to prop this market up through the midterms. Then, I don't know. BlackRock says all hell is going to break loose. Let's see if BlackRock is correct. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm telling you, they're going to suppress rates further right now up and through till the midterms. And then who knows, we're going to get that snapback moment. Rates start to spike. MMRI takes off. And this market takes a hit. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Central banks may not be done. They still want to suck more people in, make more people dependent on the system. You know what's going on here. They need as many people as they possibly can to be dependent on their system that they're imploding. Okay, once they melt down the system that they put together and they're imploding it, they're going to issue in a new system as people beg for help. Seems pretty evident to me. So as I said, you got silver taking off right now, gold catching a bid. It's a beautiful situation right now for those of us that understand what's happening. Are they going to continue to play games in the precious metal market? Of course they are. Why? Because it's insane the way it's set up, how the hard asset derives value from a derivative. You can't make that up if you try to. But again, what else would you expect in this upside down, twisted, screwball freaking thing that we are in right now? Anyway, people, with that said, it is the first of the month. And at the first of every month, I ask for your support. Hey, you know what? Greg's doing a good job. I'm going to support his work. Now, I know a lot of you don't like PayPal anymore. Okay, even though they apologize. Look, if someone does something wrong to me and then apologizes for it, I just blow it off. But a lot of you did not accept the apology from PayPal and you dumped your accounts. I got that. But maybe we should be more forgiving of each other. I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, as I said, the first of every month I ask for your support. If you do use PayPal, there is a link in the description of this video. All they ask for is $5. $5 a month. Support my work, please. And I would really appreciate that. If you don't want to use PayPal, right down here, there's a little heart that says thanks next to it. You can use that as well. And again, I count on all of you to support my work. I got your back. Show me that you have mine, okay? All right, with that said, people, I'll see all of you at the end of the day. Put this stuff together in your head. Ponder what I cover here every single day, and make up your own mind. All right. Maybe you don't see the things that I see. Maybe you see a totally different thing, and I want to hear from you. Comment. Hey, Greg, you know what? I think you got to up your medication here. I don't see this is going on. Everything's totally opposite of what you're saying. Or, hey, Greg, you know what? You're right. And I'm taking action. That's the thing here, people. You're doing something about it. You're betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank here. You're holding non-perishables, because this whole thing is going to come down like you have no idea. Maybe you do if you follow this blog here, but we're going to experience history in the making here. The debt market implosion is going to wipe people out. There's going to be pandemonium in the streets. It's going to come down to a resource problem. Forget about egg shortages and whatever else they want to throw at you, and this random variant, all the stuff that's going on right now. Just prepare for the worst. Always have the high ground. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with taking the high ground and be ready for whatever they want to throw at you? Because I can promise you they're not done, and you know they're not done by a long shot. I can't wait till the midterms end to see what comes out of this. Anyway, like I said, I really, really appreciate all of you that do support my work. Whether you want to use PayPal or not, I got you covered. Link in the description of this video if you do use PayPal, or click on that little heart that says thanks. $5. That's all right? I'm out of here. I'll see you at the end of the day.